Yo, what's up my dubious Debras? It's your boy Moist Mercenary, and today we're going to be talking about Medio L Drago, the first Beyblade ever to incorporate the gimmick of spin stealing. If you're unsure what that means, these red bits, if you aren't already aware, are rubber on Medio L Drago. And so this allows the bay to cling onto an opposing bay's metal wheel and steal the spin right away from them, making this spin faster and this spin slower, pretty much. It can be used very effectively. Like, I've seen this thing actually start off like hand spun and then get attacked enough with other bays that it starts moving quickly, like attacking throughout the stadium on its own. But the best application typically isn't attack. And so I'm going to show you a couple combos that make some better use of its spin steal capabilities to be able to do some nasty things. The first of these combos, of course, is going to be Medio itself on bearing drive. So we're going to see how well this performs. This is like a pretty much the best stamina tip, of course. Aside from the height being this tall, it is very good, can outspin pretty much anything else. Makes it very susceptible to attacks, and so we'll see if it can withstand some attack power and be able to outlast opponents. It also raises the bar, so if you're against someone too short, they could just hit underneath here, and that's not great if we want this thing to be spinning or spin stealing with the rubber. Aside from that, we're going to be having my preferred combo. We have the blue corner here. We have Medio L Drago, down force 105. Waved wide defense. You might be wondering why I picked wave wide defense instead of like I don't know, just wide defense or eternal wide defense. Those are the typical go-tos. I think wave wide defense is better personally. It to me has better spin steal, not spin steal, like equalization. Like eternal wide defense is better at the start of a battle, which we don't want in a spin steal match, which typically ends up being dragged out quite a bit. And wide defense is better throughout the whole thing compared to eternal wide defense. However, I think this will be better. And with the metal being the entire bay being lowered down, it can spin steal off a short attack type. It can still spin steal off of high opponents. This thing's rubber is pretty high, so it'll be able to make some good contact and still be able to spin steal off of just about any opponent, unless they're a bit like ridiculously tall, like a 230 height combo or something like that. Also, I randomly noticed while I was recording that first bit that my fingers were quite dry, so make sure you guys stay nice and moisturized and slick. Alright, stay nice and moist, just like your boy Moist Mercenary right now. Anyways, as always, don't forget to go over to baysandbricks.com and use code MOIST for 7% off your order. You can find yourself some bays like Medio El Drago here. You can find many other bays right over there at baysandbricks.com using code MOIST for 7% off. Get yourself something nice, have some good old fun with your bays. Anyways, for the battles here today, I'm going to be battling each of these against two different opponents. We have pre-hybrid Pegasus 85 RF. I feel like this is a pretty good attack type to go ahead and test out the integrity of these bays in terms of spin stealing. I assume this thing is going to demolish the bearing drive combo. It could go either way with the other combo, the low combo. I'll just call it the red combo and the blue combo, right? The red combo, it'll probably beat the blue combo, probably not. And my predictions are that Earth Eagle, the other battle, is going to lose to both of them, the red combo and blue combo. So only one way to find out, and that's for us to get directly into the battles. So let's get over there. So let's first start with a couple of tests against the bearing drive Medio with pre-hybrid Pegasus here. I'm going to be launching Medio first, of course, since it's got better stamina. And as I said, typically better when you hand spin a Beyblade. Actually, I don't know if I said that already. It's typically better if you hand spin a Beyblade for spin stealing anyways. Somehow physics and stuff like that make that happen. And yeah, as I expected, just an immediate knockout for L Drago there. Let's go ahead and try. Oh, no, I wanted to do a lighter launch. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. So a lighter launch should make it a bit less recoily when I strike it with Pegasus. And it brought it to a draw that time around. Surprised BD didn't just win, unless I saw it wrong and it did win. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. I'm surprised it didn't even get knocked out that time though. Maybe the light launch helped it that much. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh my god. And another draw, but I will count it as a loss since L Drago did kind of bounce to this wall, which would technically mean that it did get knocked out. It was out of the stadium, so yeah, Medio ain't the best on bearing drive. It's very light and a bit too tall to be able to withstand attacks, especially from a lower opponent that's not going to be making contact as much with the rubber. Anyways, let's move on to trying this combo against the other Medio combo that we have. So, of course, let's go ahead and try blue versus blue here, Medio versus Pegasus. Or at least our special absorb mode of Medio. I just realized I didn't even try hand spinning for the last one. Actually, you know what, before we do this, let's go ahead and hand spin our Medio L Drago bearing drive and put it up against Pegasus here. It didn't make a single difference in the outcome. Alright then. Anyways, let's stop wasting time with the lesser Medio combo and move on to battling this Pegasus against our Medio absorb low height combo. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! And 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Oh, my bad. Looks like I'm moving the stadium around. Apologies for that. Let's go ahead and try that one more time. Of course. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. I'm just gonna redo that. That was a poor Pegasus launch from me. Did not really flower pattern or anything. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! I don't know why I've been saying go shoot so much. I'm usually a let it rip kind of guy. Oh. That's where the power went. That let it rip is what I need, it seems. Let's try a lighter launch. I've been launching pretty hard with Medio just during these matches. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! That is not at all what's meant to happen. Medio got a pretty nice counter knockout right there. That was super cool. Whoa, I was not expecting that shit. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Oh, okay. No, we want it light launched. My bad. Force of habit. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Okay. That's not great, but that was also a major snipe of a launch, so I'm gonna not quite count that one. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. So it did end up outspinning. However, it was again knocked out and then bumped into my outer recording box here. So, it did technically lose again, but it did manage to spin steal and actually outspin. Medio on bearing drive was actually just drawing out the match. It wasn't actually outspinning. So it's interesting to see that this one still outspun, even after getting knocked out of the stadium. Now, let's go ahead and try hand spinning it. Let me try the wrist flick method. Okay, there we go. That's the wrist flick right there. Okay, the wrist flick isn't quite enough power. Let's just hit him with a quick one of those, and then... Oh god, my launcher was tangled. Alright, let's try that again. We get one of those, and we get one of these. And there we go. It actually looked like Meteor would have lost that, but it managed to outspin just a bit. That super low recoil from launching it, or not even launching it, just hand spinning it, really nullified the damage it would have taken from those full power attacks, especially because Pegasus was just hitting straight rubber. And so it really dampened the damage it took and ended up letting it spin steal quite well at the end. Anyways, let's go ahead and try this against a more stationary base so we could see a bit more of that direct spin stealing against a strong, high stamina opponent. And of course, from the beginning, we have Earth Eagle here. So we're going to try this against our bearing drive combo. This should be where the bearing drive combo could actually do some work. So let's go ahead and try it out. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. This time it doesn't really matter who's launched first. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Huh? Earth Eagle got a knockout? This is one of the roundest bays that there are. How did that happen? Unless it was just off of L Drago's own recoil, but that's still kind of nuts that it knocked itself out on bearing drive like that. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Let's hope that doesn't happen this time. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Oh, that was tragic. Earth Eagle clung for dear life before sliding back into the stadium. Just to taunt a little bit. It looks like there's like a bit of sway to El Drago's movements, and that lets it like get some pretty nice like swing counterattacks. Like it swings into opponents. So I think that recoil just off of itself swinging is what kills it sometimes, especially against a tanky ass bay like Earth Eagle. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Such a good balance of both stamina and defense in this bay. Earth Eagle still won? Excuse me? Okay, maybe I'm blind. I could just be blind, but to me it looked like Earth Eagle still won. Even after that. That is nuts. You really can hear when the metal is making contact instead of the rubber. And that's super important. You want to minimize that metal contact as much as possible with Meteor. Just so you could be hitting that rubber, hitting that spin steel, being able to drain the opponent. Because without it, then there's really no point to having all this rubber and the point of the spin stealing in Meteor. So yeah. Let's go ahead and try this one more time with me hand spinning Meteor. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Dang, and it did just get outspun regardless. Meteor bearing drive seems to not be the greatest here. Definitely more suited to low height against this Earth Eagle here. Speaking of a low height El Drago, let's go ahead and try him out here. This should be much more effective, and I don't see a way Earth Eagle wins this if I'm being honest. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. So that one came to a draw, interestingly enough. And you really can hear the difference between the metal hitting and just the soft, delicate taps of the rubber. Let's go ahead and try that one more time. I'm going to actually hard launch Meteor this time, rather than just a medium-ish launch. And Medio did manage to outspin that time around. Let's go ahead and hand spin him for this round. 3, 2, 1, go, shoot! And there we see Medio win again. So that's a bit strange. When you standard launch this thing, it drew. However, from the extremely hard launch and the hand spin, it wins. So that's pretty peculiar to me, honestly. Interesting to see that, like, depending on how hard you launch both ways, it could be a benefit to stick to one of those. The hard launch is a bit riskier, as we saw earlier with the Medio higher combo, the bearing drive combo. It did end up knocking itself out at super high speeds, but this combo, even at the high speeds, it didn't knock itself out. It did act a bit more aggressively at first, however, it still mellowed out and then just went back to standard spin stealing. I do think, at the end of the day, if you're going to use a spin steal combo, it's better to hand spin. It draws out the match just a bit less since there's overall less stamina to burn through. And I think the reduced recoil, sorry, my brain like lost complete focus for a second. The recoil being heavily reduced is also very good from a light launch or a hand spin. So just use your own judgment when you're going up an opponent. Do you think you need to go all out, full speed spin, full spin speed, whatever, and try and outlast your opponent with that plus the spin stealing? I know that could be good against something like a staller, like something on a metal flat or anything like that. That could be a very good choice to just go as hard as possible so that by the time they do near the center, you can hit them and spin steal. Or if you're against a good big attacker, you might want to soft launch just so you can evade getting some big damage dealt to you. And of course, last but not least, there's also the possibility of just hard launching against or light launching against a defense type like Earth Eagle or Stamina type, just to try and equalize off of them regardless. Sometimes you might get a knockout if you're lucky from a hard launch, but generally the safest option is to just light launch and let it roll like that. Anyways, that's enough rambling from your boy Moist Mercenary. I will see you guys in the next video. We've proven here that depending on the combo, Medio L Drago does indeed have infinite spins. So what should I try out next? What do you think is a fun thing to look at next time?